Good evening. I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order, the Guthrie Public Schools Board of Education for Monday, January the 8th, 2024. Would you please call the roll?
Davis.
Here.
Smedley.
Here.
Gerard.
Here.
Schroeder.
Here.
Pearson.
Here.
Celine.
Here.
Flagg.
Here.
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll observe a moment of silence. Thank you. We'll start off this evening with the presentation of employee and student recognition. Mr. Hancock.
Members of the board, Dr. Simpson. Another great month. We had some great nominees. This month, for January Student Month, we had Amber Radford. She was nominated by her teacher, Miss Kendra McNew. Amber she has received a $50 gift card from Foundation Insurance. Well, she's a member at Guess, and it was very wonderful. They talked about how caring and everything she is with her other students. So our support employee of the month was Miss Stacy Freeman. She was nominated by Trista Lowcreek. Ms. Lowcreek says she's been wonderful stepping into this position. So Ms. Freeman would be our support employee of the month. She's at the high school in our special ed classroom. And then also at Guess, we have our January Certified Employee of the Month, Ms. Vanjie Goddard, who was nominated by Ms. Jennifer Simon.
Might tell them what Vanjie teaches.
Vanjie,
Gifted and talented.
Gifted.
talent, yes, gifted and talented, thank you. And then today was pretty cool, and I know that I'm going off, but they were doing a art project. They had a couple of students last year who were honorable mention going into the ODOT calendar that the ODOT sends out. So they showed us a couple of the artworks that were honorable mention. Each one of our employees received $25 gift card to Sonic from the Lions Club as well as the
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hancock. Item 7 on our agenda this evening is comments to the board by citizens registered to speak to the board
We have none?
and by board members. Okay. Item 8 is the superintendent's report.
I have a few items. The January board meeting agenda is historically fairly light, and that is proving true again tonight. But a few items are going on. First of all, January's Board of Education Recognition Month. And at your seat, we've got a small token of appreciation from the district, a little pullover for you guys to wear to the Blue Jay events. And I know that all of you will wear it with pride. They're good-looking pullovers, and hope to see you in them. Also, you have a certificate of appreciation from the OSSBA that we always are provided by them. A couple of things that have happened since our last board meeting. First, the groundbreaking ceremony to kick off Cotterell Elementary was well attended and a huge success. I thought it was, in fact, I heard secondhand from a lot of the people that were there, specifically with the construction company, that they have rarely seen one that was as well attended and with as much enthusiasm as what we had. And I thought, and of course, we were lucky with December weather that it was sunny and not too terribly windy, and the kids were able to enjoy it too. And I thought it was a great time. Over the holidays, we received our midterm adjustment of state aid funding and just a little over $244,000 additional funds from the initial allocation. Most of that will go toward providing services for our students with the additional weights that we have taken on with some of the services that they're required to be provided. So it's not a windfall, but it shows that the funding formula does work. The next thing, the winter break allowed our contractor to complete many of the punch list items on the high school restroom project, and we're thankful for that. We had one of the restrooms that we were struggling to keep open because of some issues, and now we're able to get it open. The next thing, the construction's off and running, other than today, of course, because of the weather, but with the demolition of the current playground and also the parking lot. We're busing students to Ritz-Hop Park for recess when weather permits, and Ms. Cotton and I have been talking fairly regularly about how all that works, and we will make adjustments as we need to, depending on the conditions and what we see works best. So far, so good with that. And then the last thing I have on my list, the February board meeting, just a reminder that it will be at Guthrie High School to better accommodate the anticipated crowd for the Teacher of the Year presentation. We always move this the February board meeting to the high school because that's also Teacher of the Year prior to starting that board meeting. So that's my report, Mr. President.
All right, thank you, Dr. Simpson. Item 9 is the approval of the consent agenda.
Mr. President, I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Schroeder,
Yes.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Clyde,
Yes.
7-0 nays.
Motion passes. Item 10 on our business agenda, we're going to start off with item A, which is the presentation of the 2022-2023 audit by S&B CPAs and Associates PLLC.
We have Amy here from S&B, and Amy has worked with us with the previous auditing firm as well, so she's familiar with us, but she is now with the new auditing firm, and so glad to have her here with us tonight. And go ahead, Amy.
All right, I still went ahead and gave you the sheet that everybody likes that I lay in the front. It basically summarizes the whole audit. It's so much easier to read than this audit itself. Your auditor's opinion, your financial statements are fairly presented with the basis of accounting, which is regulatory basis. It is an adverse opinion with regards to it because of being a regulatory basis audit, but then it's qualified as the fact that you don't do fixed assets, sorry. And then it's still pretty much in the same format. It does look a little bit different with this new company. You will still have your 3 statements up front, followed by the notes which details everything that we went through. And then the detailed schedules are behind the notes and how we came up with the statements up front. You still have to have the 3 different reports. You have the auditor's report, you have the internal control compliance report. You also have the major federal programs report, and that is again because you did spend more than $750,000 in federal dollars. And then you have the summary of findings and questions filed, which is part of the major federal programs. When you do look at those fund balances that are on that sheet, just please keep in mind those were as of June 30th, so I know a lot has changed, but just to kind of give you an idea of where you're at the year before. Your general fund did go up $398,000 from the year before. And it looks like basically all your funds did go up except for, of course, the insurance fund, which I mean, that's one of those funds you usually get the insurance claims that just spin it down. But your building fund was up $146,000. Child nutrition was up $357,000. Your school age care, that stayed the same as it was the year before. Bond fund, yes, did go up $11,690,000, but again, you sold a bond. So the year you sell the bond, that fund will go way up. So you'll see that one is going down unless you sell more bonds. Your sinking fund did go up a little over $1 million, which that is a good thing. That means you are collecting the necessary taxes that is needed to pay those long-term debt bond issues. So I like to see that going up instead of down. Your gift and endowment will have $18,000, and your activity fund has $79,000. Now, as of June 30th, you did have $19,625,000 in bonds outstanding, and with that is $3,113,150 in interest that you will pay over the life of those bonds. And then in the notes, one of the big things different about the bonds, we break out every bond in there. So you'll see how much you owe on each bond and how much is interest on each bond. So that is one of the new things in the notes, so. And then, of course, your federal financial, you had 160 that came in, 1,000 that came in basically in July, the year before, and in July of 23, you had 435,000 that came in. That was for expenses that was done in June, was not collected until July. And then the comments are still basically in the back couple of pages, and you'll see that they're so that is the thing, it's a clean audit. Michelle and her crew all does a wonderful job. They're always available for any questions. And if y'all have any questions about it, I'll take anything you have. If you think of some later, they do have my cell phone too, so it's a good call instead of the work line too.
Any questions for Amy? And I will say, Amy and Jay and Michelle and I all sat down and went over this last week and had an opportunity to ask questions and go back and forth too. It was very good time, and all feel good about where we are with this, and appreciate all.
I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's not an action item.
Item 10B is the recommendation, consideration, and action upon a proposed school calendar for 2024-2025.
The calendar that you have in front of you is tweaked just a little bit from what we presented in committee of what was in the board packet. We identified one error that we needed to correct, and what it did was we had too many days in the spring semester and shaved a day off of the end of the year for next year. And John, is there anything else you need to add about that?
No, that was all that we changed was, well, I take that back. We changed one, a few days from on our first so that all of our parent-teacher conferences days were in the same quarter instead of having one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter. So we just moved like we've done in the past. We kept our quarter ending the Wednesday before fall break.
Would recommend approval.
So does that vacation day stay on at the end?
May 26th.
If we're already out?
That is
That's
for Memorial Day for 12-month employees.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or 10-month employees that are
sense.
still under contract.
makes sense.
Mr. President, I make a motion we approve the proposed school calendar for 2024-2025.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the proposed school calendar for 2024-2025. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Schroeder,
Yes.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Flag,
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item 11 is the proposed executive session for the purpose of discussing employment of personnel, FMLA request, resignation, separation from employment, and transfer of position request. All is set out on the personnel reports. Discussion of extra duty assignments is listed for 2023-2024. Disclosure of which information would violate the confidentiality requirements of state and federal law, all pursuant to 25 Oklahoma statute, section 307, B1 and 7. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to move in executive session. Roll call vote, please.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Schroeder,
Yes.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Flag,
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Okay, only items in item agenda number 11 were discussed in executive session and no votes were taken. This shall constitute the executive session minutes. Item 12 is to vote on action as set out on the personnel reports.
Make a motion to approve the personnel reports.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the personnel reports. Roll call vote, please.
Davis.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Gerard.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Clegg.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item 13 is action upon extra duty assignments for 2023-2024.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve the extra duty assignments for 2023-2024.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the extra duty assignments for 2023-2024. Roll call vote, please.
Davis.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Gerard.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Clegg.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item 14 is the recommendation, consideration, and action to accept any resignations offered since the posting of the agenda.
We have none?
Item 15 is discussion and possible action on any new business not known about or could not have been reasonably foreseen at the time of the agenda posting.
We have none?
Item 16, a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Davis.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Gerard.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Clegg.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. This meeting is adjourned.